My name is Seema Anand. I'm a storyteller and a mythologist, and today I'm going to be answering many of your questions on first time sex. This is the sex education that you should have gotten. Can I have sex without losing my virginity? Well, yeah, because I guess it always depends on what you think your virginity is. Virginity means different things to different people. There is no change. It's not a physical thing that happens to your body when you have sex for the first time. Aside from the fact that you might get pregnant, yes, that is definitely a change. But not losing your virginity can be done in many, many ways. So you can have oral sex, you could have penetration where you just literally penetrate to the first bit and come out so you don't go all the way in. Or, as I said, consider the entire idea of foreplay as an incredible amount of fabulous sex, because trust me, if you actually get into it, just try it the one time and then report back and see how it felt. Because if somebody was to say what happens to a woman's body when she is no longer a virgin, absolutely nothing. Which is the best position to have an orgasm when you do it for the first time? Okay, let's get this straight right at the beginning. An orgasm, or even a sexual position, or even the act of sex, is not a formula. It's not like A plus B times pi will equal an orgasm. Every time is different. It's all about how you bring yourself and your partner to excitement. What happens at the end of that excitement? That is your orgasm. And whatever position you're in, that's the best position for it. The vagina is between the legs, which means that you have to move your body in all sorts of weird positions just to be able to make the two genitals meet. Give yourself lots of room to experiment, to fling your limbs around. Your body will find the right position to be comfortable in. Anytime my boyfriend and I get hot and heavy, I feel scared of him seeing my body fat, which usually gets hidden under the clothes. And this is why I'm scared of doing it with him. I've had sex before and my ex would insist that I be on top, but it made me really uncomfortable. Everybody's idea of what they find exciting is different. So you might be really conscious that you have very fat thighs, but somebody else might think, I love fat thighs. That's what really turns me on. For partners listening in, if your partner comes to you and says, I am really conscious about, let's say, my thighs or my stomach or whatever, the way to do this is really focusing your entire pleasure around that part of the body. Make them feel really cherished and nurtured, and make them feel as though that part of their body that makes them feel uncomfortable is what is really doing it for you. So I was about to lose my virginity yesterday, लेकिन जब बिल्कुल moment बन गया and we were about to do it, I just felt burdened with how much I have to do as the guy, like getting the condom on properly, putting it in the right place, then lasting long enough to satisfy her. But ये सब सोच के pressure में I lost my erection, which has made it even more overwhelming now. And she was really nice and understanding about it and didn't make me feel bad at all. But I just feel that I'm overthinking all this because I want to get it right. A woman's pleasure is very complex, it's very diverse, and it takes a long, long time. And you have to be able to bring her to orgasm through all sorts of different things, like different types of foreplay and different types of kissing and different types of conversations twice. Then, if you sit down to penetrate, then if you actually say, okay, now I'm putting on my condom, now I'm going to do this, she's going to be feeling so much more satisfied that you have a lot more time to do it. So you're not fumbling, you're not in a rush, you're not trying to do this in a mad hurry. You're now both at the right stage. It will be a fabulous experience. It's only the first time that you think, oh my God, if I do this, the erection will drop, the nervousness will start, the fumbling will make it unromantic. It doesn't. It happens every time. So maybe if you can go into your first time sex knowing that it will happen for the rest of your life, and that this is not because either you or she are inexperienced, maybe you'll feel better about it. Unprotected sex can lead to sexually transmitted infections, and they stay in your body for the rest of your life. So If it means that you stop just for a couple of minutes to put on a condom, it's well worth it. Is it okay to just pull it out in time when I lose my virginity instead of wearing a condom? I want to feel everything properly, and her too, and I don't think a condom will let that happen. When do I pull it out to be safe? Pulling it out at the last minute and not using condoms is not the perfect option for anything. It's not a good option for birth control. It is certainly not a good option for STIs, for sexually transmitted infections. And you know something, pregnancies happen every now and then. They can also be taken care of. STIs are what you really need to be worrying about. You just don't want to have to risk that for yourself and your partner. When it comes to penetration, please always use a condom. My partner and I had recently decided to have sex. We've been together for about 3 or 4 months now, but he is my first, and he's done it before with 2 different people, and from what he's told me, his ex was very good at it. Now, I'm scared that I won't be big enough for him, and I know everyone says how size doesn't matter, but I don't want to disappoint him when he already knows how good and probably big his last ex was. Please do not make comparisons. It is not okay to go and tell your next partner, my ex was this big or this good. Leave the ex in the past. Have different conversations about things that you're doing in the moment. Obviously, being that big, being that good, being that fabulous did not cut it enough for that relationship to last. That relationship has finished. Clearly, that is not the basis of what this person wants in their life. You are what he wants. You are special. Whenever you feel you're nervous about something, acknowledge it. Say it to your partner. This has been making me feel very nervous. Say it, get it out of your system, and you'll be amazed to find how much easier it becomes. Do I have to make noise when having sex belly bar? I don't know, it just doesn't feel very natural to me when they show it in porn and stuff, but do those sounds just happen? And if they don't, do I make them up so that my partner doesn't feel bad? No, you don't have to make up any kind of sounds. You don't have to do anything that doesn't feel normal and natural. First time sex is already difficult enough. You have so much to think about. My boyfriend and I have been together for over a year now, and this is our first serious relationship. We're both 19 years old in our second year of college, but we haven't had sex yet with anyone. He doesn't pressurize me, and we do other sexual stuff together, but sometimes our friends make us feel that there's something wrong with us and our relationship if we don't do the deed. I don't know what's stopping us, but it just doesn't feel like we're missing out. But should we just do it and get it over with? It's just sex, right? If you ever think of sex as it's just sex, right? Then you're in the wrong place for it. Sex is supposed to be joyous. It's supposed to be fabulous. It's supposed to be something that gives you and your partner a great deal of enjoyment. It shouldn't be a chore that you have to do, and it shouldn't be something that you do just because others think that you should be doing it. I hope that you found that video useful, and I hope that it's put a lot of your fears to rest, because I want you to know that first time sex is not something that you have to feel nervous about. It's not something that's going to go wrong, because trust me, this is not an exam that you're taking. Nobody's going to be marking you on it. It's supposed to be for pleasure. It's supposed to be for joy. I want you to go out there and enjoy yourself as much as you can. That's what it's all about. And if you found the video useful, also do go and check out the previous video that I did where I answered a lot of those really ridiculous questions that come up on the internet regularly, because let's bust all these myths. Let's go out there and make it pleasurable for all of us.